She called me. She was pulling into Kroger. She said, "Hey," and I realized, hold on a second. Where are you at? She said, "Kroger's." I said, "No, I'm not doing that." She said, "I'm not leaving. That's stupid." I called and shut off the debit card.
I believe it is time for us to move on and talk about something a lot less significant in our
Let me
lives.
let me,
Oh,
let me ask y'all right now, just real quick. Christian, where you go to the grocery store at?
uh,
Most of the time, Food City.
Oh, okay.
Most
Tyler, where you go?
usually I don't really go, but if I end up going, I go to Food City that's close to the house or America's best grocery store, Dollar General.
You know why none of us just said Kroger right there?
Right, why?
Because they support the Kentucky Wildcats.
Oh, can't be having that.
It's Kroger hate week. It's not just Kentucky. It's Kroger hate week. My wife said, I got to go to the grocery store. And she's a Kroger gal.
Not this
She
week.
called me. She called me. She was pulling into Kroger. She said, "Hey," and I realized, hold on a second. Where are you at? She said, "Kroger's." I said, "No, I'm not doing that." She said, "I'm not leaving. That's stupid." I called and shut off the debit card. So you're not spending my money. Go to the food city.
Oh my god. But yeah, the less significant thing I was talking about was like, fortunately, this is the week we have to talk about our little brother, and give him any type of publicity here. According to the ESPN matchup predictor, Tennessee is favored by 70.8% in this matchup against the 5-2 Kentucky Wildcats, who are also 2-2 in conference play, just like our Tennessee Vols. So, looking at this on paper, boys, we're evenly matched. This should be 50-50. We shouldn't be favored in this. We're having to go away. It's at Kroger Field. You know, we're playing the big, bad Kentucky Wildcats. I mean, boys, I'm scared. I'm scared we're not going to win by 25 like we did last year.
Yeah, last year's game in Neyland was absolutely awesome.
It
Probably
was,
one of my most favorite ever games in Neyland was being in there and just beating the absolute dog piss out of them.
yeah.
I have never enjoyed something so much in my whole entire life.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Let's talk about
And we,
Kentucky a little bit. Well, go ahead, Sleep. Go ahead.
I was just jumping to where you were about to jump to. Let's talk
Oh,
about them for a second, but I want to do it a little different way. Okay, I want to
okay.
do this a little. I want us to go around the table, and I want us to all say one good thing about Kentucky.
Can I go first?
Go ahead.
All right, Ray Davis, he's a dog. If you be like, yo, Tyler, what is one running back you want on your team right now where you could do a 1-for-1 swap? It'd be Ray Davis. He'd be on our team. I mean, the guy, he'll be starting on Sundays. He is very, 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 very good. And then that,
Okay.
yeah, that
Okay.
he's
Got
very,
that.
very good. That's all. That's what we'll say. He's almost like
Christian.
800 yards rushing this year.
Christian, can you say one good thing about the Kentucky Wildcats?
I appreciate them for going to the coal mines every day and keeping me electricity.
I
That's a
that's
good
great.
shout. That's a good shout. Hey,
Yep.
can we get a round of applause for the Kentucky coal miners? Okay.
The best thing that I can say about Kentucky is John Calipari is their basketball coach.
Oh,
They're a basketball school that we still own in that
yeah.
sport as well, the
Hmm.
round ball sport. Is it Bob Stoops?
Mark.
Is that his name? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm talking about the older, more successful Stoops. Sorry.
Yes. Yes.
Um, he's a bum.
Ha!
Who was the running back?
Ray Davis.
Ray Davis.
Bum.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Why?
Because we had 68 yards
'cause he's
rushing
gonna- 'cause
against
he's only
Florida,
gonna
and
rush
he had like
he's only-
200.
Okay, Florida. So what's he gonna do against us? 40?
I mean, I hope so.
Sure you do over there. Ray Davis, he's a beast. I'd swap him out 1 for 1. No.
I mean, Sloop, he's.
I'm taking my 3 over him any day of the week.
I mean, I think Kentucky plays Alabama this year, so we get to watch him play against Alabama and see how he does against their linebackers. I'm excited for that
Alabama
matchup.
Alabama is going to derail them.
I hope so.
No, I don't. I never want Alabama to win, but it's just cold hard facts. Alabama is going to derail them. But like I was saying, the best thing about the University of Kentucky, John Calipari's their head basketball coach. Their football program sucks. It's an absolute trash can that likes to act like a fraud every once a year, and then they get exposed by Georgia, and then they come and play us, and we expose them again, and then they're looking about 8-4 every year. We're talking about a team. We're talking about a team that Parker McKinney almost dismantled in like week 3. Nobody that watches this pod is going to know who Parker McKinney is, and that's the cold hard fact.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's the cold hard facts.
Trash. We're only favored by 3. I'm hammering that.
Yeah, I almost called my parent, my father. I almost called my father and be like, "Let's go to Kroger Field this weekend." Found two tickets in the 9th row, about where I sat at the Tennessee South Carolina game, that same corner of the end zone, but at Kroger Field for $150. I said, "Oh, wait a second! I didn't realize we could get this close. I thought that was for them upper folk."
They say that you can get into those games with just a can of food still. They'll let you in the upper deck. Yeah, that's
kind
of
like the Tennessee baseball games up until like 2 years ago, where you could it's like a food drive. You could donate a little bit, you get in for free.
Yeah, we don't talk about that anymore because we're superior in that sport.
But okay, let's go over some stats. I like the stats. I think that makes a good feature onto our episodes here. Tennessee averaging for the year 438 yards a game. Kentucky, on the other hand, is averaging 351. So, offense, as of right now, it looks like we have the better offense. Going into our passing game, better passing game. Going into our running game, better running game. Whenever you go to our defense are giving up 310 yards a game. However, Kentucky's is giving up 346. Kentucky's secondary, not very good, giving up an average of 250 yards a game. And you got to consider Kentucky's first 5 games of the year, trash cans. They're still averaging that. Yikes. Tennessee giving up 200 pass yards a game. That's a good stat. Anytime you play SEC ball, just giving up 200 yards a game passing, that's a pretty good stat. Rushing yards, Tennessee gives up 109. Kentucky's defense, however, pretty good at stopping the run. Kind of similar to our last 2 opponents. They're giving up 95 yards rushing a game. Now, that could be because teams have noticed their secondary is a little weak and like to throw the ball. But you got to give credit where credit's due. Kentucky's run defense, pretty solid. Well, if you want to go back all the way to September 16th, they played Akron. The following week, they played Vanderbilt. The week after that, they did beat the brakes off of Florida. Big win for the Kentucky Wildcats. Mark Stoops owns Florida. We give him some crap, but he owns Florida. I wish we had his record against Florida. I mean, he's turned that program around when it comes to that. And then last 2 weeks, losses at Georgia, losses at Mizzou, and then also worth noting, Kentucky's coming off a bye week. So Kentucky's got a full 2 weeks of rest and recovery and to get ready to play their big brother and show people that, he's just as good as, the big one. So we'll see what happens.
We are their Super Bowl. Can we all agree on that?
Well, I mean, I hate saying stuff like that now after Spencer Rattler said that after the South Carolina game, but Kentucky fans, I'm sure if you'd ask them who would they rather beat in the season out of everybody, every year their answer is Tennessee. They're kind of like us in Florida. I mean, we're like, I just want to beat Florida. It's kind of the same type of deal there. But yeah, pretty much. We're their Super Bowl. Kroger Field looks like a nice field. I really wish I could have. Oh man, I kind of want to go, man. Y'all should go to Kroger Field with me. That'd be fun. It'd be a good
It,
trip.
it
Probably
would
watch
be
us win.
it would be a good game.
I
It'd
mean,
be a
it's
good
not
game to go
very
to.
far from where I live currently. It's only two. It's almost 3 hours. It's like 2 hours 45 minutes. So I'm very close. All things
I'm
considered.
not going to watch us beat the brakes off Kentucky. It's
Wow,
just not
it'd be
because
fun.
I don't want to go. I don't want to drive 4 hours to watch us beat the brakes off.
Well,
I don't want to go. I don't want to drive. If I'm going to drive that far for a game, I'm going to go watch the main attraction there and it's basketball.
yeah, it
Like
would be
in
cool to
the
go. It would
pecking
be cool
order
to
at
go.
Kentucky goes men's basketball, women's volleyball, track and cross country, women's basketball, golf,
Gold money.
coal mining,
Yeah.
goat screwing,
Deer hunting.
deer hunting,
Yeah. Squirrel hunting.
squirrel hunting,
Rabbit hunting.
rabbit hunting. I'm so far down the list. 50 foot of shit. Then it's football. And Stoops wants to
Oh,
sit there. And then Stoops wants to sit there in the preseason. We don't get enough money for football. We don't get enough money for NIL. Give more money. They want to talk about money after the Georgia game. Cry me a freaking river. You walked into a dumpster fire. You walked in. Now, given he's done a great job there. I'm not. He still is Tennessee's
some
brother.
good claps
He still
for
is.
Mark Stoops doing a good job at Kentucky. It's a hard thing to do, and he's doing a good job there.
But he's still consistently the fourth best team in the SEC East year
Sure.
in and year out.
Sure.
It's a trash can list up there. I'm not going to Lexington to watch us beat the piss out of it. I'm not doing that. The only reason we lose this week, we have a hangover from last week. That's it.
That's
it.
That's the main thing that concerns me. You can't do what Texas A&M let Alabama do to them, and that's beat them twice. I mean, I know we were on the receiving end of that and got, Texas A&M had a really bad game the week after Alabama. We can't do that. So far in Josh Heupel's stint, we haven't seen something like that happen. Usually, if a Josh Heupel team loses, they come back the next week fired up and ready to play, and that's what I expect on Saturday. I expect us to see the same Joe Milton we saw this Saturday against Alabama. I think we'll throw the ball downfield. I think he showed enough to gain a little more trust in the play calling. I think we'll run the ball better. It'd be hard to run the ball worse. I think Jalen Wright's going to get right back on track. Instead of averaging 2 yards a carry, it's going to be more like 4 or 5. Samson should be getting the ball more. Samson, we've known this since the Virginia game, since the first game of the year. He is our most explosive player. Anytime he touches the ball, it could go to the crib. Every time he touches it, it doesn't matter who it is. Yeah, the guy's balance, his vision, his speed, every single time, dude, he could take it where it needs to go. Samson, at this point, he's got to be getting more touches. Now, I love Jamari Small. I think he's a hard runner, but he's the number 3 back now. I think that's been established. Samson has just played his way onto the field and made it impossible for the coaches to keep him off. He's that guy. Don't get me wrong, Jalen Wright, very, very good running back. He's a top 10 running back in the SEC, but Samson's also there with him. So, fellas, I think our key to victory is going to be running the ball and getting off to a good start and playing our type of ball. I think whenever we do what we did last week and settle down, get conservative. I think that gets us out of our flow. Let's just be who we are. Let's just push the ball down the field. Let's run the ball a lot. And let's just be in control of the game. That's what I got to say about it. Christian, let's break it down a little more. Let's deep dive into what you got to say about this offense.
I really like the matchup for us because Kentucky's a very run heavy team. That's kind of how they like to do things. They kind of try to run out of the pro style offense. I've not watched them play one time this year, but just going back off years past. And I know that they try to really pound rock with Ray Davis, and Ray Davis is a great running back. But the one thing that I think Tennessee does exceptionally well is that they know that you're going to try to run the ball to set up the pass. They are going to stop you in the run and make you throw the ball. And if they get in those situations, and this is how we beat the brakes off of them last year, is Kentucky was so just predictable. They would run on first and second down and then have to throw it on third down. And whenever you do that in an offense, you don't set your team up for success at all. And I I just from watching a little bit of what I have seen from Kentucky, the little bit, like I said, that I have, it's I know they like to run the ball. Our defensive front, our front seven, will have no problem at all, I believe, stopping that. I know that Kentucky is big up front on defense, and they have a pretty good defense and a pretty good front seven as well. But they're not going to be the front sevens of what you just played the last 2 weeks in Texas A&M, Alabama. Um, you're going to have there's going to be chances for plays to be made. There's going to be chances for us to be able to run the ball, and I can't really see a world in where we do lose this game. I know that the only way is, and you guys spoke on this, and I said it earlier to you guys in text. Like the only thing that scares me is don't let the Alabama game beat you twice. Um, whenever I I don't remember exactly, but was it Georgia then South Carolina last year? Did we go on the road to Georgia and then straight on the road to South Carolina?
No, I think Georgia. I can't remember, dude. I really
I feel
can't.
like we did. I feel like we did, and that's what scares me is like we lost the game at Georgia, and then literally I felt like Georgia beat us again in that next week because we were devastated because it felt like we had lost everything that we had, that we had went that we were playing for, and I I hope that they don't do that this week because the truth is like yeah you got to have some help now, but with Brock Bowers being out for Georgia, they're still gettable, and you know you could still very well find yourself in a SEC East to win the SEC East on the very last or the game against Georgia this year. And the thing is I'll be honest with you. The first half of the Alabama game the other night proved to me a lot about what this team can be, and I feel like we got to kind of see their ceiling and who they are. And if you play that way, if you play like you did in the first half of the Alabama game, I will go ahead and say that there's nobody on the rest of your schedule that can beat you because I'll Drinkwitz or Dirkwitz or whatever his name is out there at Missouri. They're good. I'm not going to say that they're not good, but we've also hung 66 points on them for 2 years in a row. So tell me what he's figured out to stop the offense.
I feel like
I
Missouri's team this year is a lot like our team last year. They can score with anybody,
yeah
but are probably not going to stop anybody. Unless
yeah
that offense stopping themselves. So yeah, I mean I agree. I think we should be the biggest Missouri fans in the country this week. They're playing Georgia. If we want a chance to play for the SEC championship, Missouri's got to beat Georgia. Georgia's got to have another loss other than us. I mean it's that simple. Um, so yeah, we got to be Missouri fans this week. So I think personally, Drinkwitz is a great coach. He's honestly top three in the SEC. right behind Heupel, and then Heupel's right behind Nick Saban. Uh, Honestly, if he wasn't in the SEC and it was in a really crappy conference like the Pac-12 right now, I mean Drinkowitz would be absolutely having his way with teams like Oregon, USC, Washington. They wouldn't stand a chance against that man, Big Drinkowitz. Um, he's just that guy, honestly, and he's going to roll into Athens this week, and he's going to beat the dog crap out of that Georgia team that doesn't have Brock Bowers. Um, it's Drinkwitz versus Beck. I mean,
I'd like to know what in the world Tyler's been drinking because I can't see his screen sleep, and I know you can't either. But he's been drinking something to think that no Drinkwitz, who didn't even know what school he was at whenever he showed up in his first presser interview, to think that he's if you're putting him again ahead of Lane Kiffin, that is that's terrible. Lane
God,
Kiffin.
you're not even talking about Georgia's head coach. He's
Hey,
won 2 natties in a row.
he put him against. It doesn't matter.
Drinkowitz is
You
better
Cristobal. You
than
guys would put
Kirby
you guys would put
Smart.
Mario Cristobal at the top of the SEC, wouldn't you? Go ahead and tell me.
Drinkowitz is
You put
better
Cristobal-
than Kirby Smart.
Shut the
Facts.
Stop.
All right, hey, on a real note, what team held Missouri to the least amount of points this year? I'll give you a hint. They're in Tennessee. Don't look it up, Sloop. I saw you reach for your phone.
Did they play Memphis?
Gotta have it. Gotta have a guess. Yes, they have played Memphis.
Vanderbilt.
Sloop's guess is Vander. Christian, what's yours?
I'm gonna guess Memphis.
Memphis. Both of those are incorrect. Against Memphis, they scored 34. Against Vandy, they scored 38. It is the big, bad Middle Tennessee State University that only gave up 23 points to Missouri in the second game of the season.
Nice.
Very nice.
Kevin Byard.
Very nice. Oh, yeah. We're not talking about Kevin Byard. That's not happening. We got to let that wound heal for a little bit.
Philadelphia.
Good thing for the Titans. Good thing.
Please kick Christian out of here.
So, do you want to mention? I mean, we've mentioned it. Do you want to talk about the trade at all?
I
kind of want to say my piece. I really hate that Byard is leaving the Titans, but honestly, if you're looking at it trade for trade, like it's a pretty
terrible trade. It's not a great trade for trade.
I thought it was a pretty good trade if you're the Titans.
Well, it is, but it's good for the Titans because in 2 years they get $14 million in cap space back. And if you look at what comes available in 2 years in free agents, which I'm sure some of those will be like picked up, but you've got like you go down that list and it's like Chase Young, T. Higgins, Josh Allen, just name after name after name of big name defensive edge guys and wide receivers across the board there. That they will now have the second most cap space in the NFL by getting rid of an aging player who is, by all means, I really like Byard. I really enjoyed him at the Titans, but I think it was a good time to get rid of him and let him go. Obviously, the Titans aren't going to win it all this year, and you send him to a team that's got a very good chance to go and win it, and you also got $14 million in cap space. They only had 5 picks in the draft this upcoming year in 2024. So
I think that was more of a big lingering thing. Like we traded away a lot of picks, especially in the next 2 years, and we're going to be trying to get picks back. That's just how it's going to work. But my opinion on it, trade for trade, I think is a good trade. Like trade value, we got good, because the safety we got pretty solid, and then we get the 5th and the 6th round pick. That's pretty good trade value for Byard. I think we could have done it 3 or 4 weeks from now and been fine, though. I think we're giving up that way too early in the season.
Trade deadline.
Trade deadline's coming up.
7 days.
7 days.
Oh, is it? Oh, never mind. Well, I guess that's not a thing.
I think that
it's early, though. It's early.
It is. I've read today that they've kind of put out that they would be interested in trading Derrick Henry as well.
I'm not talking about trading Derrick Henry.
It's
Not doing
not.
it.
I don't
Not
think
doing
it's
it.
going to happen. I don't know. I
I'm
think
doing
they'll
it.
let.
There's not many teams interested, to be honest.
Well, I mean,
I'm making the call. I'm doing it.
all right. We'll stop talking about it.
Can't do that.
We'll stop talking about it. I don't think Derrick Henry's going to get
One-
traded, but
One
that's
team
for
did inquire about Traylon Burks.
Let's send him. Send him.
I mean, if we can get like a decent round pick, I mean, I'm cool with that. All
I know.
right, let's
Let
get
me tell
back
you
on
who they
the
should send.
let's get back on the Tennessee Kentucky.
Yeah, you may tell you who they should send and get him the hell out of Tennessee.
Who?
Will Levis. You don't belong here. You're not from here. You're the sorriest quarterback that Kentucky's ever had. You threw for 3 interceptions last year and didn't even you didn't even make 100 yards in throwing. You didn't even make 100 yards in passing. You're awful. Get off the Titans. I don't want you there. Nobody wants to see you in Nashville. And I hope that your girlfriend did leave you for Morgan Wallen. How about that to get back on the Kentucky train?
Well, I mean, that's one way to do it. He also said he puts mayonnaise in his coffee. That's real weird. Yeah, there's a big interview around the pro days where he like actually puts mayonnaise in his coffee. It's like super super weird. Will Levis though, let's see what he's got, and if he sucks, let's cut him. That's how I feel about it. Like, give him 2 weeks, and if he sucks, that's 2 weeks. Like, sorry, man, you don't have a home here.
Oh my God, the Vikings scored.
They just scored? Oh my God.
But no, the Kentucky game, though, for honestly, like I do feel really good about the matchup. And for whatever reason, even in the worst years of Tennessee football, we have beat Kentucky. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what what it's kind of came down to, but that's just somebody that we beat. If I had to give a final score prediction right now, I'll give you 34-21 Vols.
31-24 Vols. Interesting. So 7 point
30,
covering.
34-21. I got to start 13.
Okay. Well,
42-18 Tennessee. I don't even know if they'll get 8. Hell, we might go for 50.
well,
I'd love to say 50.
it'd be cool. I think this offense has it in them. They're clicking all game. They've got it in them for sure. I think I want to note something right here, and we haven't talked about. I mean, obviously, I haven't seen this, but our rushing leader for the year is Jalen Wright, and our receiving leader is Squirrel White. Obviously, that's no surprise to anybody. But both of those players only have 1 touchdown on the year. Fellas, we've played 7 games. Jalen Wright, Squirrel White, both only have 1 touchdown.
That's why is not. He's not a great red zone threat for me.
No, he's just small. He's got to be running like Cooper Cup routes. I feel like we use him a little too. Like, we use him great whenever we're not around the red zone, but like if he doesn't, like he needs to be running little outs. Like, just get him the ball. Let's see what he can do. Those type of routes whenever we get down there. But yeah,
I mean, he's in the same. He's in the same spot that Hyatt played last year, and Hyatt scored 15 last year touchdowns.
Yeah.
And I bet if you looked at the average per touchdown that he scored, it was 40+ yards.
That
I mean, we didn't.
Pretty good.
I mean, we hardly ever used him in the red zone. I mean, we were throwing the ball up to Tillman whenever he was in there, or Brew or somebody like that. But yeah, Jalen Wright gets all the way down the field a lot of times, and then you'll start seeing him get out. And I don't know who the leading touchdown scorer is, but like at the exact same time too in the red zone, I think the stat was today that we're like 7 of 30.
Let me take a guess.
In the red zone.
Our leading tutty scorer, Jacob Warren.
Probably, or
I think it's Samson.
It might be Samson. Samson had 3 to start the year in the first game of the season, so
he had 4 to start the year.
Yeah,
and then he had 2 against South Carolina.
I don't know where to look that one up at. Honestly, roster. Nah, that
Tyler,
won't
I
show.
hate to tell you, but Jordan Addison's got 2 touchdowns tonight.
Yeah, I saw that.
2+ cash.
All right, our leading touchdown this year is Dylan Sampson with 6. Following that up is, let's see,
Jacob
Ramel
Warren.
Keaton has Ramel Keaton has 3. Dante Thornton also has 3. Our actual second leading touchdown is Joe Milton with 4 rushing touchdowns.
Dante Thornton has 0 touchdowns.
Or Ramel Keaton with 3, Jacob Warren with 3. My bad.
I was about to say, I didn't even know Dante Thornton caught a pass this year.
Dante Thornton has caught 7 balls for 89 yards. Squirrel White has caught 39 passes. Our next leading receiver has caught 19. So he's caught 20 more balls than the next receiver. We got to have somebody step up, dude. I mean, just looking at these stats about our lead, we have to have somebody step up in the wide receiver crew. We got to.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Mike Matthews that comes in here, that 5-star from Georgia.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that he can come in and play right away because we're going to need him.
We need somebody, dude.
We're going to have to go in the transfer portal. I mean, gosh.
We need offensive linemen. Hurts.
I think I heard that he does have 1 more year of eligibility though.
He does.
So hopefully
he
he'll
might come
back. I hope he does. That'd be big for us.
Who do y'all think is our tackle leader this year?
Beasley.
Yeah. Who's our sack leader?
James Spears.
Aaron Beasley.
Beasley only has 2 on the year. James Spears has 7, so that's really solid. It's almost won a game. And then Tyler Barron's second with 5. So, fellas, I believe we need to let's all do a key to victory, and then I guess I'll do my score prediction because I haven't done it yet. Sleep, what's your key to victory?
Go up there and just expose them for who they are. Go up there and be the best Tennessee you can be, and just go up there and expose them. Show them who's big brother. It ain't that hard. Me and Christian, we're both big brothers to a fellow brother. Tyler, you've got a little sister. It's not that hard to show little brother who's boss. It ain't that hard. Just go up there and show them who it is. We ain't got to do nothing special. We can say all this hoopla, mamma jamma. We can say all that. But if we'll just go up there and be Tennessee, that's good enough. That's good enough for me, baby.
Go Vols. VOLS, go Vols, go. Christian, what's your key to victory?
Stop the run. You stop the run. I think that you turn them into a passing team. It's got a very good chance of getting pretty ugly because that quarterback struggled this year for them. So you stop the run.
He's
you turn
key
them,
to throwing interceptions. He's definitely got a hot hand for picks.
So you stop the run. You turn them into a one-dimensional team. You've got a very good chance to run away with it. I just hope that after the game that we get to hear some more calls into the Kentucky hotlines and everything else. I don't know if you guys saw that one from last year, but Peanut called in from somewhere and
Peanut
he was talking about how nervous he's like, boys, he said, I just don't know if we can win any more games, and just going on. And at the very end of that call, he said, I want you to tell Mark Stoops to get up and address the Kentucky fan base publicly and tell them, get your shovels and get on back in the coal mines. Go Vols, baby. His best call-in I've ever seen. That one in the Alabama, I've missed those days. I hope we get them. I hope we get back this week.
Yeah, that'd be nice, fellas. I think my key to victory, not going to be anything player-wise or offense or defense. It's just going to be like Heupel, you've had 2 games now where you've made some questionable calls. It's time to get back on track and tune it up. Like, let's either be all in or all out. Like, let's be conservative or let's be aggressive. Let's not be wishy washy on what we want to do. I feel like indecisiveness is the worst thing you can do whenever you're leading a football team. So Heupel, make the call. Go with your gut and make the good call, man. We'll sit here and we'll break it down after. In hindsight's 2020, but he knows what the right call is at the end of the day. I believe in him. I just think he needs to go with his gut more. Like, let's be aggressive all the time. Let's throw the ball down the field. 4th and 1. He's a quarterback, dude. He doesn't want to hand that off every time. The man wants to run a trick play and throw it. Let's do it. Let's see that this week. I want to see something like that. Let's do a little flea flicker on 4th and 1. Let's do the tush push. We got Joe Milton back there who ran all over Alabama, running guys over. Let's get Jacob Warren right behind him. We got Cooper Mays up front. Let's tush push something. Come on, Heupel. Get in your bag. I want to see him in his bag this week, and I want to see him making good calls, going with his gut, and getting a little creative. So that's my key to victory. Heupel, just be you, dog. Well, score predictions. I'm going to go Tennessee 38, Kentucky 24.
Nice.
Did y'all want to redo yours, or y'all's is the same? What was yours, Christian? 34-21?
34-21 Vols.
And then Sloop Dogs was, I think it was 52-6.
42.
42.
18.
42-18.
Oh, my bad. That's
It
what he told
respects
me.
him a little bit.
That's what he told me off pod. He won't put that one out there.
Yeah. He's not good.
Yeah, but this is the part of the Rocky Top Ramble where we thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being a part of it. Last video, our preview for the Vols versus Alabama, was the best that any of our videos have done. Absolutely wonderful. It hit 255 views, and we can't thank y'all enough for the support on that. Make sure you're liking the videos when they come out. Throw a comment down for this week. Actually, the first video that's going to come out. Now, actually, throw a comment down for this week on what you think the score is going to be. Let me know if Tennessee's big brother or not. And guys, hit that subscribe button. Let's get up to 100 subscribers. We're at 62. There's 255 of y'all watching. You can hit that subscribe button. That's all I'm going to say. Anyways, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Go Vols. Sloop, you want to say anything else?
Dinkwitz is the worst coach in the SEC.
All right. Cue the Rocky
What
Top.
about, hey, I got a question.
What?
Where's the Little Debbie segment of the week?
This little
What happened?
Debbie segment of the week is brought to you by Sloop Dog. Sloop Dog.
Sloop has been absolutely off his game today.
I know.
He shops at Kroger every single day of every single week.
Wait a second.
This week he's had to go to Food City.
Wait. Let's see where he got the Little Debbie from.
Oh, it's definitely from Kroger.
Oh, where is this guy?
Sierra probably didn't get Little Debbie's for him, and he is going to be.
What you got?
Oh.
Those look like the muffin Little Debbie's. Are they? Oh! Look at that. Oh, I knew it. The blueberry. Can I see the receipt on where you bought those from?
It's a bad night to be a blueberry muffin, Little Debbie.
Brought to you by Kroger's.
Oh, I know that smells good.
Sleep, are these from Kroger or are these from Food City?
Sherry, where did we get these from? Food City it is.
Okay. It's approved.
Let's go, dude.
All right, go ahead, take the bite. We need a Little Debbie score out of 10. Go ahead, rate that Little Debbie. Going back for more.
There's no such thing, Debbie, below a 7. But it's not on that level of like an oatmeal pie or a strawberry short.
That's 7.1.
No, it's not that low. I'd give it like an 2, maybe. Like a strawberry shortcake's like a 9.2, and then an oatmeal cream pie.
Sleepy, you obviously don't know how to plug sponsors, dude. You don't know how to plug our sponsors. Little Debbie, your mini muffins, absolutely wonderful. I eat them every morning. They're the greatest thing ever. Guys, if you're going to work this week and you stop by the gas station to get you a drink, also go grab some of those mini muffins. The mini muffins by Little Debbie. They come in blueberry, chocolate chip, strawberry, everything. Make sure you are grabbing those mini muffins and throwing them right down your pot, baby. Come on. We appreciate you. We love you. Rocky Top Ramble. We'll see you next week.